Yep, Charlamagne the God. Andrew Schultz is on set. Andrew Schultz is in L.A. I haven't talked to Andrew.
Just say he can call in right now.
Can he call in?
For 10 minutes. Let's do 10 minutes with Andrew.
All right, tell Andrew call in real quick. Today's episode of Brilliant Idiots is brought to you by Bevel. Bevel has been cleaning up these razor bump scarred streets since 2013, and they've got no plans on stopping anytime soon. They're dermatologist approved and proven to prevent and reduce razor bumps. Forget every other razor and let go of those dusty clippers. The Bevel Kit is the only shaving system you'll need. Get your Bevel today by going to getbevel.com/idiots and enjoy the first month of your subscription for free. Start shaving smarter today with Bevel. Andrew's about to call in, actually, before we bring in some guests. You know, I've been telling y'all, man, I'm really on my government, fuck government. We politic ourselves, meaning that we have to take care of each other. I'm not into having any divisive conversations. I really don't care about people who aren't acknowledging problems. We know what the problems are, but more importantly, I think we know what some of the solutions can be. So I'm just busy focusing on solutions, man. And one of the major solutions is economic empowerment. And you know, we really have to start doing for self in a lot of different ways. We have to start finding different revenue streams amongst each other, man. We really have to start supporting each other. So the person I'm bringing in here later on, after we talk to Andrew for a little while, is a guy who is really, really, really doing that in the hood. Remember we had the conversation when we talked about Slim Thug, you know, buying the houses and providing affordable housing for people in his community, for people in his hood. You know, this person that I'm bringing in is doing something like that as well. Oh, I need headphones. Yeah. Oh, let me use mine because Dwayne trying to hand me those little ass headphones that people put in their ear.
Those are actually the ones I got on JetBlue.
Jesus Christ. And they're white, but they got like a yellowish stain, which means that Dwayne has a lot of earwax.
No, they're mine.
Oh, Chris has a lot of earwax. And there's nothing more disgusting than having somebody else's earwax in your ear. The only thing that's probably just as disgusting, you ever wiped your ass and didn't fold the toilet tissue, so you wipe your ass again, but you wipe your ass with the shitty tissue? So it's kind of like you putting the shit back in your ass. That's how that earwax thing feels.
But that's your own.
Yeah, but it's still gross. It feels disgusting. Try it when you get home. Boy, why would you do it? It was an accident. I probably was drunk. Get alt-right Andrew on the phone.
Yo, shout out to someone on SoundCloud who called me suspected Asian supremacist Chris Morrow.
Why? You a suspected white supremacist too now?
Sorry,
by the way,
suspected Asian supremacist.
By the way, a lot of y'all gonna have to apologize to Tariq Nasheed because Tariq Nasheed has been waving that white supremacy flag for a long time, and he's been proven right over the past couple weeks. When you got Nancy Pelosi calling Steve Bannon a white supremacist, and I was watching CNN yesterday. I forgot who the anchor was. I forgot who they was arguing with, but they was talking about how come Donald Trump doesn't speak out against white extremists here in America. And she was talking about white supremacy, and he was just he was doing the Millie Rock to those questions. I mean, he was trying to avoid them. He was dancing his ass off. But it's here. That's the era we live in. But
it's not just speaking out against, it's actually appointing them to your cabinet.
Absolutely. That's not going to last, though.
You think it's over for Bannon?
It's not going to last. The reason it's not going to last is Donald Trump has an ego. I'm going to tell you the best thing social media can do right now. You know all those little memes and images they're making of like Donald Trump sitting on Steve Bannon's lap, right, and Donald Trump is the puppet,
S&M
Steve Bannon is the puppeteer.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Post those as much as you can. Tag Donald Trump in them because I really think that shit is going to drive Donald Trump crazy. I really think Donald Trump's ego will not allow him to have somebody else in his administration getting more shine than him. I don't think he can do it.
You really think Trump is just checking his Twitter every day the way you and I are?
Absolutely.
Really?
That's absolutely. Listen, Donald Trump.
He's taking a shit and he's got his phone in the bathroom with him and he's scrolling and he's checking his timeline.
Absolutely. First of all, he has his Android phone in the White House with him. And Donald Trump said the other day that the media did not report any of the terrorist attacks,
right?
Like the Orlando shooting, the San Bernardino shooting, which we know was absolutely I mean, that was such a false statement. That was such an alternative fact. But Trump may not have seen it. Because he's too busy watching SNL.
Right.
He's too busy watching motherfucking his Twitter timeline.
Right.
He's too busy watching fucking whatever. He's always watching something. Celebrity Apprentice.
Definitely watching too much sports.
Exactly. Watching too much fucking TV. You probably don't even know all of this shit is going on. He probably really doesn't. In his mind, they probably really didn't cover these things. Because we talk about it all the time. People think that something isn't happening just because they're not up on it.
Right.
Like, people are fucking clueless. He's one of those clueless people. I really believe that. I didn't listen to the podcast last week. What did Andrew say that got everybody so up in arms?
I didn't listen to it either.
Oh, it was a conversation about banning Muslims.
I saw people talking about arresting a 5-year-old kid. I guess during one of those bans, a 5-year-old girl got arrested. I really haven't been paying attention to the news, so I might be getting this wrong. But I guess
hear that one.
Andrew in some way justified putting a 5-year-old girl in handcuffs.
Oh, God.
Could be getting that wrong.
This is the thing, right? And y'all can't take Andrew too serious, and I'm going to tell you why. If you tell Andrew why something can't be done, he will try to figure out a way why that thing can be done. Doesn't necessarily mean he believes it. You know what I'm saying?
But that's kind of the definition of a contrarian then. Like,
yes.
If this had been the other way, like, I think Andrew would be very liberal in what he was saying right now.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, if he feels that everyone in his circle is so rabidly anti-Trump, I just think by nature he doesn't want to go with the flow. Like, he wants to push back. And there's some value in that. Like, everybody can't always be along the same lines. I just think he's underestimating just how dangerous what's happening right now.
I don't hear him. He's there? Oh, in the meantime, go to brilliantidiotsmerch.com. Thank you for everybody who's been buying the Brilliant Idiots merch. Go get you a hoodie, go get you a t-shirt, go get you some socks. That's brilliantidiotsmerch.com. And also, man, pre-order my book, Black Privilege. Opportunity comes to those who create it. I was looking at the pre-orders yesterday, and I was like, wow. We really out here moving a little bit. So, please go to cthabook.com, cthabook.com. Go to Barnes & Nobles, Amazon's, and order Black Privilege. Opportunity comes to those who create it. It'll be in bookstores April 18th, okay? Make a little black country Negro from South Carolina be #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list, okay? Wouldn't y'all want to see me on Ellen? Wouldn't y'all want to see me on Ellen challenging Ellen to a pussy eating contest? Huh? You don't want to see that? Andrew, you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, shit. Alt-right Andrew's what they call him.
Man, shut the fuck up.
What the fuck did you say on the podcast last week that got everybody thinking that you are the second coming of Richard Spencer?
Nobody thinks I'm all right, Richard Spencer. But you know what they keep calling you? They keep calling you one of these leftist pussies.
They calling me what?
A leftist pussy, a regressive leftist.
Regressive leftist?
Yeah,
listen,
like
I
one of
told
these
you,
like social justice warriors. They're calling you now.
Listen, I don't have no direction. I'm not left. I'm not right. I'm not up. I'm not down.
Given what this is, George Lopez donkey of the day, man. That's the most social justice warrior shit I've ever seen.
No, I gave George. No.
Criticizing people.
I didn't give George Lopez donkey for the joke. I thought the joke was hilarious. First of all, it wasn't a joke. It was absolute truth. Okay, and it's not a stereotype if it's fucking true. All right, that's the truth to the matter. I've had Latino women tell me. I've had Latino women give me head, let me bust off in their face, and tell me I could never bring you home to my father. I can't bring you to Papa. So that's not a fuck.
But explain the joke to people so they know.
Well, George Lopez said that it's 2 rules in the Latino community or in a Latino household. Family. Yeah. Don't bring home a black person, as a date or whatever, and don't park in front of my house. I don't know nothing about the parking in front of my house shit, but that fucking black Latino women not bringing a black man home, absolutely. I mean, and listen, don't get me wrong, there are Platinos and collard greens relationships out there. But for the most part, most Latino women will tell you, yeah, my papa wouldn't like that.
Of course, they don't even like it when you bring in a dark-skinned Latino.
Yeah, but I didn't give him donkey for that. I gave George Lopez donkey because when the girl flipped him off, you have to be a more wittier comedian. You
don't.
Yes, you do. You don't kick her out the show. You clown the fuck out of her.
Did you listen to the crowd? All right, first of all, a comedian went on stage. Let me just give some context to this thing. George Lopez is performing in front of thousands of people, right? Thousands of people. This is not a little comedy club, which is what you're used to seeing comedy of. This is a huge, a theater with thousands of people.
She was in the front row, though.
In order for that to make sense to the rest of the crowd, he would have to explain to the rest of the crowd what she's doing and how he's responding to that. Now, if you want to
So, you telling me a comedian can't do that?
If you want to go based on crowd reaction, the crowd was cheering the entire time. So what he did, if we're just going off the crowd reaction, was more than satisfactory to the people listening to that show. Now, in terms of controlling an audience and controlling what's happening in the moment, it makes no sense to describe, well, she stood up in the front row and is giving the middle finger, so now here's my response.
Shows you're not making no sense. I'm going to tell you why you're not making no sense.
Better be like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
You know why you're not making no sense?
That's the best response.
You're not making no sense, and I'm going to tell you why you're not making no sense. Because by your
Not making no sense means I'm making sense.
Because
That's what that means.
By your logic, nobody knew what was going on anyway then. By your logic. Because all he did was say, shut the fuck up, bitch. Sit down. Oh, you what? Oh, what?
Yes,
oh, you can't take
exactly.
a joke? You can't take a joke? Well, get the fuck out. So nobody knew what was going on. So
yes, exactly. No one knew what was going on. They just saw that they just understood conceptually that there was some kind of heckler, and he kicked that bitch out because there's nothing more narcissistic than a heckler. Think about what a heckler is. A heckler is somebody that comes out to a show to see somebody else along with thousands of other people and feels they are so important in that moment, that their feelings are so important in that moment, that they try to stop the show to get the attention on them and ruin everybody else's evening. So in my personal opinion, you don't even need a witty comeback. You could throw the microphone at her chest if you want to.
No.
Whatever you feel like doing in that moment, you can do because it's your show and she's not there for that. Imagine somebody just came into the radio while you're doing a radio show and just started interrupting you.
That hasn't happened. Listen, this is called being an entertainer. I want you to think about all those crazy interviews from Birdman, the Fredro, the Beanie, but still, I'm in.
Those people to come onto the show.
But still, I'm in the. But still, you're in the. But still, you're in the moment when a motherfucker just flips on you and starts calling you pussy or whatever else, blah blah blah, this and that. I don't want to end the motherfucking interview. I want to see.
Interview her. You're comparing apples and oranges.
I'm absolutely
That'd be
not.
like if randomly somebody just walked into the radio station.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I'm gonna give you a perfect example that you're going. I'm gonna give you a perfect example that you're gonna hate on.
And then just start talking. I'm gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing?
No, that's not what happened, Schultz. That's not what happened. What happened was.
What happened?
Listen for 1 second. George told a joke, right? Somebody got offended at his joke. Through the middle fingers, he had a heckler. You trying to tell me that you've been a comedian for all those years and you've never offended anyone in the crowd? You've never had a fucking heckler? So my thing is this. If George Lopez is going to tell somebody, oh, man, you can't take a joke, in my mind, I'm like, well, shit, you can't take a heckler. I've seen motherfuckers like Capone. I'll give you a better example. Your boy, Akash, destroyed a heckler. Made a heckler a part of his show. Had everybody laughing at her. And it turned into a world star hip-hop viral fucking moment. To me, that's talent. To me, that's wit. To me, that's being sharp on your feet. You don't just tell her she's a bitch and kick her out. That's weak. That's weak to me. To me, that's weak.
No.
That's juvenile to me. That's weak. I like what Akash
you
did.
Could think it's weak. You could think it's weak. I mean, you could take one scenario that this person is interviewed. I mean, someone could take one scenario of you in an interview and be like, "Oh, Sean is a pussy. This guy was pointing his face."
I didn't say George. I didn't say George was a pussy. I said the situation. I said the situation was weak. I said that's weak. That's weak.
That situation is weak. What I'm saying to you is, whatever a comedian with his kind of status and experience feels like he wants to do in that situation, he is entitled to doing in that situation because he knows what's best for his show.
I guarantee you George Lopez was having a bad day.
Okay, maybe he was.
I guarantee you he's going to apologize. I guarantee you he's going to apologize.
It's not about the heckler. The show is, and this is coming from somebody who's been doing stand-up for 10 years. I do it on the road. I throw people out of my shows. I would say I throw 4 people minimum a month out of my shows. And I'll tell you why I do it. Because if I have a show and there's something I'm trying to get across to other people, and this is how I handle hecklers. You say something, I want you to explain what you said. Why you say it. I'll explain to you why you're an idiot for it, or I'll agree with you, depending on what you said. And if after that you don't understand my logic and you continue, you get kicked right the fuck out of my show. Can I slice up a heckler? Absolutely, but it's ego-driven.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to get my rocks off. You know what's really impressive to me? When you keep doing the show that you're there to do for the people. I talk to you. It's up to me. I talk to you in the crowd if I want to talk to you. It's not up to you when I talk to you. It's up to me when I talk to you. That's somebody who controls their show.
I'm going to tell you what I've seen Patrice O'Neal do. I'm going to tell you what I've seen Little Duval do. I'm going to tell you what I've seen Martin Lawrence do. You want a TK Kirkland. You want to be a motherfucking heckler? Oh, you want to be part of my show, huh? Watch this. Now I'm going to embarrass you in front of everybody. A great comedian can take care of a heckler in 30, 45 seconds. Now, if the heckler gets real disrespectful, starts throwing shit, or really won't shut the fuck up, yeah, then you have them removed. But for that just to be your initial reaction, nah. I thought George was better. I honestly thought George was a better comedian than I'm telling you, George was having a bad day.
You're judging him on one instance, which is preposterous, because I could take one instance of you doing something and so where you did it badly. I mean, if you really want to talk about comedians, Patrice O'Neal would kick people out of the show every single show. People would just leave the show all single time. I mean,
I've seen that. I've seen people walk out. I've seen people walk out of Patrice show. I've never seen Patrice kick anybody out though. I've seen people walk out. I've seen Patrice tell people at Caroline's, "Oh, you want to be a part of the show? Oh, you want to talk, motherfucker? You want this to be your show? You want this to be about you?" I've seen him clown the shit out of people, and when you clown the shit out of a person, they will either leave or shut the fuck up.
Sure. And I'm saying that you have every right to do that. That is your right. But also as a comedian, you have the right to just tell people to shut up or kick them out of your show, because you might have an agenda. You might have something you want to get across. And it's not up to some asshole in the audience to decide if you can get that across or not. I'm sorry. I don't believe in empowering the people in the audience that much. I don't believe that if they interrupt your show, you have to take time out of what you want to do and out of what you want to say to the people who came out to support you to satisfy their narcissistic and selfish impulse. Fuck that. We're not going to reward that.
I just feel like it's contradictory to say, don't come to my show if you can't take a joke, because I look at it the opposite way. It's like, bro, a comedian shouldn't be so easily offended. like you're a comedian. Your job is to tell jokes, and you may offend people. You can't be so easily offended and have such.
Why was he offended?
He clearly was offended. He called her. He told her, "Shut the fuck up, sit down, bitch, and get the fuck out." Like that's emotion.
She was standing up, and she was acting like a bitch. So if I say sit down, bitch, I'm being
emotional
of something going on. What should I say?
I guarantee.
Would you be so kind as to bend your knees and seat yourself? No,
you do.
You're acting like a bitch. I'll call you a bitch.
No, you do what most comedians do. And by the way, Capone is one of the greatest people I see do this. He lives for a heckler. You do what most comedians do, and you make a joke out of the motherfucker.
Yeah, he did.
Same way Akash did. Listen, I want y'all, if y'all have never seen what we talking about, Google Akash Singh destroys heckler. That shit was masterful. I'm not even going. Like that lets me know Akash has a high emotional IQ. He didn't get rattled. He didn't get bothered. And it was the same scenario. The girl was offended at a joke he said. And he does screw. I mean, he murdered her.
And I love Akash. He's amazing. And I guarantee you, if you look at George's career, he's absolutely murdered certain amounts of people.
I'm sure he has.
But you also get to a point in your career where you're a multi-millionaire. You have successful shows and all this shit, and then you got some bitch in the front row standing up and giving you the middle finger. And it's like, you know what? I don't need to prove I'm witty. I don't need to prove that I do this shit. I've been doing this shit forever. You know what? Sit down, bitch. If you don't like jokes, don't come to a comedy show. I respect that.
Yeah, listen. You got your opinion, I got mine. But if I was George, I'd have been like, "Why are you upset about that joke?" I couldn't even tell if the woman was black or what. I didn't know what she was. So I'm like, why she got her middle fingers up? And that's what I wanted to know. That's what.
I didn't even know she had that.
That's what
I got to go back in and film.
Oh, all right. You about to miss Rick Ross?
I know it's fucked up, but the timing was horrible. But all right, please tell Rick Ross I said hello. First time on the show. Ask him how he feels about gangster rappers like T.I. becoming woke. And
there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, we have
Malcolm X is one of our greatest civil rights leaders of all time. There wasn't nobody more gangster than him. That's what we always got to remember. Malcolm X was once Malcolm Little. It happens. You hope people grow up and evolve and change their ways.
maybe ask him how he feels about profiting or celebrating profiting off of these kind of negative stereotypes.
Yeah.
How he reconciles. I'm curious. Is there any guilt there? Is there any guilt there when you say, "Look, I'm saying I'm dangerous," and then you come out and then you're like, "Why do the police think that we're men are dangerous?" Like there seems to be some hypocrisy there. So if you could ask them that question for me, I'd be really interested. And wish them best of luck.
All right.
Thank you, man.
All right, Andrew, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. And that's what justice was. We got Snowflake Charlemagne.
Civil rights, Charlemagne, and alt right, Andrew.
No.
Civil rights.
Charlemagne. You can't give yourself civil rights. Break over here.
All right, bro. All right, let's take a break to talk about Blue Apron, okay? This week's episode of Brilliant Idiots is also brought to you by Blue Apron. Not all ingredients are created equal, so it's important to know where your food comes from. Thankfully, for less than $10 per person per meal, Blue Apron delivers easy-to-follow recipes along with pre-portioned ingredients, courtesy of over 150 local farms, ranches, and fisheries across the United States right to your door. Blue Apron sends you higher quality food at a better value by cutting out the middleman and delivering ingredients at their most fresh. And fresh, high-quality ingredients make a real difference in your cooking.
Can I say real quick that I got my first Blue Apron shipment this weekend and cooked my first 2 Blue Apron meals?
Stop lying, Chris.
No, I got the Thai coconut shrimp.
You would have something Asian.
Totally random. They sent me the Thai coconut shrimp.
It wasn't random. They know you.
They profiled me like off an algorithm or something. But, I mean, they say it takes 15 minutes to do. It really did take me about 15 minutes. What's nice about it is they send you the exact amount of ingredients that you need for each thing. So, like, they gave me exactly the amount of chicken, coconut milk, sugar, bok choy. Like, everything was like, you just really just had to put it in the pan and cook it. I did the same thing. The other meal was like a Mexican toast. I don't know how you say it. Tostadas sandwich, but basically like a Mexican beef sandwich. Same thing, exact proportions, 15 minutes. My daughter, who's 9, actually made that for us.
Was it good at least?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, the thing that they do smart is like with the Thai soup, like they give you the curry powder, but they tell you like season it to your own taste. So like I only used half. Maybe if I had used a little bit more, it would have had a little bit more spice. But like it really is tasty. And the other thing that I thought was good is like all the produce was fresh, which was my concern when you get something that's shipped. Mm-hmm. Which is like, all right, they're sending me bok choy, they're sending me onions, they're sending me radishes, whatever. But it was definitely legit. I would say it'd be really great if you were someone like a single guy who's trying to cook a meal for somebody, wants to impress them, and don't tell them it's a Blue Apron necessarily, but like you can make like.
Damn, are you giving people game on how to sneak some pussy, Chris?
I mean, now that it's not an option for me anymore, I'm doing it with my daughter and my wife. But yeah, I'm just saying like. For me, I would never have, if I'm making food, I'm making spaghetti and meat. Like I have a very simple things that I'm capable of. Like it really allows you to make the type of meal you'd probably never make at home. Just
you don't know how to make Kung Pao chicken?
Nah.
Okay.
Was that like a Chinese thing? Or
No. It was definitely a Chinese thing, Chris.
Okay. All right.
Jesus
so anyway,
Christ.
It's good. I did it. It's good.
All right. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/idiots. You'll love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron, so don't wait. That's blueapron.com/idiots. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. What's up, my brother? How are you?
I want to interrupt the
It's
commercial,
all
but
good.
you got
Sorry. We can get started?
Let's go. We ready when you is.
All right, Brilliant Idiots Podcast. I got some special guests in the building, man. First of all, salute to my man Sam Sneak. Oh, we gotta get Sam a mic. Get Sam a mic. We got the other mic. Get the portable mic from my man Sam Sneak. We got a young brother named Young Skrilla, right?
Yeah.
Young Skrilla, and of course the boss himself who puts it all together, Rose.
Rose in the building. What's up, big homie?
Rick Ross got me in here drinking. So I don't even drink rum unless I'm like on an island somewhere, like drinking a rum punch. What is this, Ross?
Man, this is Bamboo Rum right here, man. Last night, we partied with the Grunk and, the Patriots last night. Last night was the first time I ever threw up. It wasn't because of this. I may just went a little too hard.
You partied with champions before you a Miami boy.
Most definitely I have, but last night it was a little different.
White boy wasted.
I went white boy way.
I seen it on TMZ.
Yeah, I went white boy way. You love it,
Yeah.
And I had a good time and it was fun. And, you drinking and jumping and all that.
Got you.
So I was kind of jumping a little bit sometimes.
So is this one of your latest endeavors, Bamboo?
I just really love this. I really, 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 really really, really, really love it. And when you try it, you know what I'm saying, I think it's going to speak for itself, man.
It tastes kind of sweet. Like, it don't taste like regular rums.
Nah, it ain't regular.
Most
That's
rums
what I'm
be
saying.
harsh.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm a person that, you know, I grew up loving Hennessy.
Okay.
But sometimes it be a little hard on me. So I always love the rosé champagne because I can enjoy that the whole night.
Yeah, Hennessy make me shit. I can't do Hennessy.
This nigga
Hennessy
crazy.
like a laxative, bro. I can't.
Yeah, this nigga crazy.
I can't do Hennessy. Hey, but you know, I wanted you here, Ross, because we've been talking a lot about self-empowerment lately.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially now with the new administration that's in the White House, and
Right.
a lot of people feel like government can't do shit for us anyway. So it's like a lot of people are just trying to fend for their own. And I don't think it's too many entrepreneurs that are doing it better than you right now on various levels.
True.
Especially when it comes to like the franchising. What made you get into the franchising?
Really, man, that's just, I really can't tell you nothing deep. I just follow my heart.
Mm-hmm.
It was really that simple. I tried, just imagine me sitting in the barbershop, you know what I'm saying? This right before my first record ever took off. This might be 05, maybe 04.
Before Hustler.
Yeah, before Hustle.
Okay.
So I walk into a barbershop. You know, you got the line you could go in there and sit, and then we had what we call our VIP line. That was the little back room when it was $25 for a cut. You know, before you got your hands on real paper, that was very honorable when you spent 25. You know what I'm saying?
For a lineup.
Yeah,
word
you
up.
could have been patient and spent 8.
Yeah.
But you said, you know, time is money. I'm busy. You know, and you know, I'm back there in the back. And there's a couple other dudes back there with us. And a dude walked in with them lemon peppers on everything. It was just that easy. And I just looked at it and said, what's that? I ain't never seen or smelt that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I growed up loving chicken, you know what I'm saying? But what's up with, and it's right across the parking lot. I just went there, loved it. And I said, damn. I went back again that night for the first time. So for the first 2 weeks, them people had to know me. First name, they already know what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even tried nothing else for 2 years. So I just, boy, when my money get right, I'm going to buy one of them shits just to pull up to it in the Rari. And, hey, shorty, go in there and go get that 20-piece. Tell them, daddy out here, you heard me? You know, just on some cool shit.
Word.
And I did it. I really did it. And the business came back right.
So why Checkers then?
Checkers, it's the same way. It's all about my heart. You know what I'm saying? In my community, we cared about Checkers more than anything else. It was more affordable. It was in this one intersection where the Checkers sat was a McDonald's, Subway, Wendy's, Burger King, anything you wanted. We went to Checkers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My whole football team, all us, we did. You spent $6 at Checkers. We was balling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You spent 8. Oh, man. You know, everybody's straight versus, you know, it was what it was when you went to Wendy's or whatever. And we really cared for it. The French fries, they spoke for themselves.
See, it's important too, though, man, because like nobody taught you. You just had a vision. Everybody don't have vision, but it seemed like we learning from your actions now. Like I even saw you at the actual school for Checkers or whatever it was.
Yeah.
On Snapchat.
Yeah, we was actually, you know, we really digging in from the CEO down, you know, and to me, that's what it's all about. You know, the corporations that embrace our culture. And embrace what we represent, who we represent. Of course, it's one thing to get money, but everybody don't embrace the culture.
Right.
Everybody don't, you know what I'm saying? It's that level of paper where some people are rather, you know, and those are the ones that I affiliate with. Not everybody, because everybody will open their doors. Chick-fil-A will sell me a damn franchise. They don't even sell franchise, but I'm pretty sure if I went there, they'll give her, it's like that. But I'm where I want to be right now.
So it's a respect thing. Like you go and you kick it with these people and you're like, you know what?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. If you embrace everything that come with who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because, you can't come sit with me and then, hold on. Nah, you know, this rosé, you don't never know what type of vibe I be in 6 months. But at the end of the day, you know, we committed to make sure the brand win.
Absolutely.
We'll never do nothing to harm the brand. But me as a person and as an artist, I go through different phases. And you just got to be, be able to embrace that.
This goddamn bamboo, all right, bro.
I told you that.
That shit's smooth
That's what I'm
as a
trying to tell you.
motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, everybody who vibe it, it's like, yo, this the new move. You know what I'm saying? As far as, like I say, I could sip the rosé all night. While if we in the club 2 hours, if I'm with a chick, I could enjoy myself the whole night. But this right here, this you get right there.
Now, a record they sleeping on to me, man, is Buy Back the Block.
Right.
Not for how dope the record is,
right,
but also the message.
The most definite
in the record.
message, yeah. You know, me coming into my 9th album, I said before I release any other records, let me release something that speak for my point of view from the mountaintop where I sit. And what's my responsibility to the culture, to the game, to the homies. The same way you see us go by Jules, we all got on rollies, we all got on bust downs, that's cool, you know, because if that's what inspire you when you wake up, that's cool. If that will, you know, make you go harder, make you work longer, that's cool too. But at the same time, it's a bigger vision, it's a bigger block. You know what I'm saying? You know, the plot. It's right here. Let's drop this record. Buy Back the Block. I want people to know, you know, coming from me, my angle, what my position is in the game, and I'm going to release that. After that, I could do anything I want to do, but I'm going to let y'all know, we got to be ready to buy back the block. We got to be ready to be independent. You got to be ready to support, you know, the ones that's standing next to you. This ain't the time for the fuck shit. Nigga, if you scared to die, you in the wrong era.
You right? Because it can happen at any motherfucking moment.
Damn right. And the motherfucker gonna hold it over your head if you ain't ready. So go ahead and accept the terms you at, what's going on and what it is, and just, you know, man up. Let's go make it happen.
You said on that record, you said it's time to clean up the ghetto.
Yeah.
Like, how much responsibility do you think we have as individuals to take care of our hood?
Man, we most definitely do. You know, excluding anything, anybody else but us, that's our responsibility. You gotta clean up the ghetto. That's what the dirty money for. That's for everybody to eat with. That's for everybody to eat with. You know what I'm saying? And whatever we doing, we gotta invest it back into each other. You feel me? And that's why the business I choose to do keep me close to where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? And I don't need no applause for that shit, but at the same time, if we all kind of, you know, be able to reach out to each other, let's stay in touch with each other, you know. Let's begin another level of communication, and if that's what the goal is, at some point, we'll kind of do what we need to be doing.
My man Sam Sneak, you always be on some empowerment shit too, Sneak. You always saying some positive, conscious shit.
Yeah.
What are you learning from this whole situation?
I mean, you know, just it's, you know, like if you go in any hood, it's the Arab stores, it's the store that's just not auntie or I'm finna go down the street.
You know,
and
not to cut Sam off, but when we was just talking about this, we ain't mad at
Nah.
nobody that's getting money. If you an Arab, get money or whatever. But when you hear us say that, we not in a hateful, spiteful position.
Yeah.
We just in a position why we ain't buying it.
We learning from them.
Why we ain't buying it?
Absolutely.
Why we ain't buy the stores?
And we saw it's around the corner. It's like you wake up and you like, I'm finna go buy me a white t-shirt real quick, and I'm finna go to the club. You going around the corner in your hood, and as soon as you get money, you gone. And you gotta just be like, nah, I gotta buy that stove.
Absolutely.
I gotta get that stove. That's gotta be mine. How much? $150? Let me get that. I need that. Cause that's how much I did the research. A lot of them stores in $150, $170, you wouldn't believe it. You think it's more, it's $150, $170. The local, cause the property value not that high just yet. But a lot of 30-year leases have been coming up. I'm coming up to the end in the projects. The Section 8 deals that they had when they leased it to the cities for like bare like $1. So the lease is coming up now. That's why the projects are shutting down certain places, because the lease is up.
See, these are the kind of conversations I like having nowadays. Like you said, it's cool to talk about the jewelry and the cars and everything. Yeah. But when we talking about empowerment and getting these kids' minds right, this is the kind of stuff they need to be hearing, man.
Oh yeah, once all it is think about us, the minorities. We don't like to be embarrassed.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
We'd rather act like we know instead of just saying, "Look, I don't know. How can I learn?"
So if we really would know, and really would know what's going on, we'd be, oh no, I ain't on that. And it's just because not knowing, and we thinking we know.
Yeah.
If we really knew, you trust me, you'd be surprised how many dudes would be. Oh man,
because it's not hard as we think it is.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just us, you know, taking that action. You know, all the hustlers that's in Miami, it's a lot of hustlers that's in Miami that's, you know, bossing up, you know what I'm saying,
it's
making
so
plays.
Easy. It's so easy. You think it's a setup damn near. this can't be right. That's it?
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Word
You know
up.
what I'm saying?
But that's why I said about you, Russ. That's why I give you props, because I saw you. I think it was the Checkers. You was in the class as a student. As I said, that's a real boss right there. Because a real boss know when to step down. Let me learn something. You know what I mean? You got to know when to be the student and the teacher.
You got to always be a student of the game, regardless of. I'm always eager to learn. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about, regardless of what it is. You know, and I feel like the position we in, as long as we, stay focused and keep building and doing what we supposed to do, you know what I mean? As far as hustlers, I understand. I know it is like the, walk to school every day. That's why it's Maybach music. You know, when you do this walk to school every day, everybody else riding and they got the bus. To me, on the cheese wagon, we call the big yellow school buses the cheese wagon. Right. You was blessed. That was $5 a week. The old girl gave them $5 a week for that? Damn. Well, we had to walk, boy. And so that's why when you say Maybach music, after you, man, the car I'm going to get, boy.
You looking at something new? Or you thinking about back in the day?
I'm just thinking, back in the day, walking to school, that's what inspired that.
Does it cost a lot to get into franchising?
You gotta have some capital.
Okay.
You gotta have some capital. And once you get in, it's not difficult. It's really not. And the situation I was in is basically like, getting into franchises. Let's say if you wanted to purchase you a McDonald's, they'll usually make you go to a class and take a class for 10 months. Mm-hmm. And the situation I'm in is like, my sister went and took the class for me, but you see what I bring to the table.
Absolutely.
Let's create a revolving door that if it's a unique person that don't have the 10 months to sit down, but is totally capable of making, this a successful situation, let's bypass the 10 months. And, and if it's a problem with the franchise, I buy it then.
Right.
That's the security I give you as far as to a company. And they said, let's do it.
Now, you losing weight, Ross. You look like a slim man now.
Do I?
Hell yeah.
Man,
That sweatsuit you wearing can't be numbered a large.
Man, shut your ass.
Come on now.
Shut your crazy
It ain't no more than extra large.
Man, it's a 2X.
Nah, I don't believe that.
I'm glad I look toned and ripped. You know what I'm saying? I've been putting that work in. I've really been eating good. I've really been working out. But
I see you boxing on the gram, all that good stuff.
I still be getting it in, but my weight still when I first decided to lose a little bit, I said I want to go under my high school weight, which was 280, 275.
Got you.
And that's why I'm in that area, maybe 270.
So with that said, have you ever thought about investing in like anything healthier, like healthier food options?
It's most definitely something that's that came up, but I ain't gonna rush into that because that's something that's real.
Right.
I still want me some wings and a cheeseburger, you know what I'm saying? So, when I do it, I gotta most definitely make sure my mind in the right place.
Now, when you walked in the room, you introduced this brother, Young Skrilla.
Yeah.
You said he's the newest member of MMG, right?
Yeah, new member of MMG, newest.
Would he rap, he sing, or
No, definitely rap.
Okay, you never know with niggas from Miami. Niggas from Miami look so gooned out, and then they be pop stars. They got pop records.
You ain't lying.
But I'm telling you, listen, the first time I ever met E-Class said, I got two artists, man. He said, I got this hood street dude named Ross. I got this dude that's gonna be big in the pop world named Flo Rida. And I'm like, who, the Big Diesel football player looking dude? The next thing you know, Apple Bottom Jeans came out and went.
And it went.
It went.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Flo. Shout out to E-Class. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same energy. That's what it is. It's the same game. When I come back up here, the big homie, we going to see Charlemagne. This going to be big. Let me bring the little homie with me to make sure Sam with me. You know what I'm saying?
So, Skrilla, you from Miami too?
I'm from Hollywood, Florida.
Okay.
It's like probably about 5 miles up the block, not too far.
How you hooked up with Ross?
Just hustling, honestly. Hustling, man. Just, putting out good music, networking, meeting up with Sam Sneak, my homie Safe. They put in a good word for me. Rose heard the material. Just to really come through. We work.
And not only that, but his story, was just speaking volumes in the streets, and we collaborated with a record. I had just went through an incident one time, and then unfortunately he went through an incident where,
I survived about 33 shots.
He survived 33 shots.
You got hit 33 times?
Nah, I dodged.
Okay.
I dodged 32 and got hit once.
Damn.
AK-47. I had the same similar story as the big homie.
And so his situation was right after mine, and I just remember everybody telling me, how the car looked. Then, you know, he got hit. You know, he was in the hospital, and I was like, yo, let me hear some of his music. You know, because you know, I had just went through a similar thing, and you know, I heard it. So when he got out, when he was able to get on his feet, he came through, and we did a record that, you know, in our neighborhood really caught on. Dope Boy and Versace. Yeah, so it was just something cool. I say, homie, let's take it to the next level now. So for the last year, he just been in the studio in Atlanta recording, stacking records, getting ready for, you know, to make a play this summer.
Sneak, how you know when somebody got it, man? Like, how you know when it's time to bring somebody to Ross?
Well, you know, in this day and age, a lot of people get it confused, and they tell themselves they ready to do it and they want to do it. Now, I just always ask them one question: you ready to, you know, be gone from your girl for months at a time? You
Fuck your girl.
A nigga might be hitting.
Fuck your girl.
You gotta. And then once
That
a
shit
nigga
is
look
over with.
once a nigga look at you with the face like,
I hate on all that type of shit.
yeah, you ain't ready.
You ain't ready, yeah.
But yes, when you know, cause everybody gonna tell you, yeah, and you bring them around, and then the process, and then they start telling you about things. Oh man, I gotta go. I'm gonna come back. You know,
girl, you know, as soon as you get
asked
it.
me that though. He definitely asked me that.
Wait, you ready to leave your girl?
Yeah, I gave him a real serious face, like, dang.
It's real. Because you gotta know it's gonna be months at a time. When the last time you been down there?
And not only that. And not only that, when we lock in like we are in the studio and the way it's been for the last 2 months, ain't no bitches over here.
All right.
This the studio, nigga. This about business. And matter of fact, if I see a strange face, really, if they ain't got a fucking computer in front of them, get the fuck out of here. Why are you even here?
This shit like
you know what I'm
boxing.
saying?
Like,
So
boxing match. It's
So,
street
you know, even they'll
dedication.
come tell me on some G shit, hey, yo, man, I got to get some pussy. Like, yo, my nigga, it done been like, come on, my nigga.
But
like,
I know better than that. I know better.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you can't, it's so easy to come around and, you know, we do it big, all the whips. It's going to be bitches everywhere. As soon as, if you vulnerable, if you weak, you know what I'm saying? You'll have a bitch pregnant in 2 months,
Word up.
3 months in this shit. And you ain't even, my nigga, that ain't even what we here for.
Especially if she see you on the way up. She's like, let me get him now.
Exactly. That's what the whole play is. So just stay focused. Let's not fuck with none of them. Let's get some records. That's the only way I know, you know what I'm saying, to make it happen.
I don't think people see that process, man. I think people see the end result. Like, they see you now with the franchises and the jewelry and the cars, the big label, but they don't understand that process.
And they donkeys.
No one don't like they don't.
You know, it's just like, you know, when they bring up the Illuminati talk and all that.
Man.
It's like, yo, if it was a real fucking Illuminati, bitch, I would have been signed up.
Yeah, if it was that easy, everybody would be
I
prosecuted.
would have been, like, my homies wouldn't be dead. Everybody would be here. My daddy wouldn't be dead. I'm talking about, you know, bitch, we've been doing this shit 20 years.
Yeah.
The fuck you think we've been doing 20 years?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even before hustling, because
Before hustling,
Yeah.
for 10 years, I was writing music for others.
Yeah.
That's when I met Ye. I could have probably, you know, I don't know how much I could have got beats for. You know, we discussed him doing my entire album. This is before he had a real hit record.
This when you was still Teflon Don? Or?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
I was
Wow.
still Teflon Don. He was in the studio producing for us, you know, not a major artist. And I came in there and was in the room next to him writing for another artist. And on our little breaks, yo, play some of this shit. Yo, and that's how we hooked up. And I said, yo, let me do this record. Give me a beat. It's a record Trina ended up doing with Ludacris. Everything's gonna be.
all right.
He produced it. I wrote it. In the video, we got a little shitty cameo. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even notice us.
Yeah.
Me getting off the bus, him getting out of the cab. The whole day on the video set, we just sat there hating. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about the game and my nigga, man, my nigga. And you know what I mean? That's why I understand niggas. I understand people temperament. And I think becoming a dope artist, that's what it's more about than people even acknowledge. It's really being able to deal with people, relate with people. Can you really relate with people? You know what I mean?
I think your temperament might have been a little different. Or even somebody like Ye's, because y'all really was talented. The problem is you be having a lot of whack-ass dudes waiting for their turn. And it ain't gonna really ever happen for them because they just not that talented. No matter how much they you know, push at it.
Yeah, some shit that just, you know, ain't gonna happen. And then I believe in, you know, if you put in that hard work, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just one of them niggas, because when I first started, you know, rapping in the circle I started hanging around, I was the wackest nigga. I just was like, yo, my mind though, I could dress better than these niggas though. You know, it's like if you have that type of mindset, you could damn near overcome anything, because you'll talk yourself in a position.
Now, why is the title Rather You Than Me?
Oh man, because, you know, when I think of Rather You Than Me, that's just first and foremost my natural instinct to survive. And I think that's the times we in. You better be ready to survive. You know what I mean? So Rather You Than Me just spoke volumes to me. And on another note, it's a beautiful side to that. It's a caring side to that. You know, I'd rather you than me have this opportunity in this life. You know, that's me talking to my daughter or me talking to my son. I'd rather you than me enjoy this, right. You know, this level of education or whatever it is. It's also a beautiful side to that. And I'm showing that. It's most definitely going to be a real side. You know, it's going to be some... It's gonna be some shit when this come out.
You know, we in a different time in hip hop too. Not like we talk about being different in America, but we in a different age in hip hop, because you got rappers that are prospering, that are still dope like you, that are over 40, the Jay-Z's,
right.
Nas, even Fat Joe all the way up, probably one of his biggest records ever.
Right.
So it's like, do you think coming in the game a little later helped make that possible? Meaning that you didn't burn yourself out so early, so you still got so much to say?
You know, I think at the end of the day, it's really all about who you are, what you represent, and the level of creativity you gonna take it to or you willing to go to. You know what I mean? And what I represent, it's not going nowhere.
All right.
You know what I mean? That's me screaming boss. That's coming from sweeping the floors and vacuuming to the nigga owning this bitch. You feel me?
Yeah.
That'll never go nowhere, because everybody that get up and go to work every day, that's your philosophy. So regardless if you flipping motherfucking fish fillets or if you working in the drive-thru of one of my shits, you better have the mindset of one day I'm going to own one of these motherfuckers, because that's what the fuck I be doing.
Absolutely. And that like they always talk about hip-hop as a young man's game. But, you know, in the Bible it say old men for counsel, young men for war. Like, y'all at that space now where y'all got the capital, y'all got the experience, and y'all really pushing the culture forward because of the franchises and stuff like that. Like, y'all are doing things these young artists can't. So y'all broadening the genre, really.
Most definitely, and keeping their mind and they focus on ownership.
Yes.
Which is more important than anything, because these companies gonna flash a little check in your face to get half of your shit off the rip. But if you could put yourself in a position where you could own, you know, and everything you do becomes a partnership. You know what I'm saying? And that's a difference. It's a difference between them buying you and becoming a partner.
Now, with all the franchises you got, somebody told me you did something with Pizza Hut too?
Man, I sat down with Pizza Hut and we had, you know, a real lucrative conversation. You know, but, you know, that situation, that young brand, excuse me, that young brand is Taco Bell and a few other things. And Taco Bell was really my interest, but I came in through the Pizza Hut conversation side, and you know, we're gonna see what it do.
So you got Taco Bell too?
Taco
you said
Bell
they don't buy back the block.
Taco Bell is that's my, you know, that's my new goal.
Got you.
You know, that's what we on top of right now.
You gotta inspire or retire, man.
Absolutely.
I've been knowing him over 16 years, and since day one, I remember a specific instance when I was just in the clubs, and like I would be on the road, and I'll fly back home. I'll fly myself home, man. What we doing? Man, I'm going back to Miami. And he had to sit me down. Hey, listen, man. You done did everything in the club. You done capped out. You done brought everybody you could think to the hood. Like, this the hood. What else you gonna do, bro? You gotta, it's time. And
What's
you
next?
know, he not one of those dudes who sit there and be like, he see you crashing.
Nah,
that's my dog. My dog can't crash it. If it's gonna be a physical altercation, my nigga, come on, what you
crashing? He definitely gonna step up and say something.
That's how he is. He like, you ain't gonna crash on my watch. You got me. You feel me? And that I always admire that about the big homie. He never always wanted better for anyone who's close by him, and that's genuine. Not like, you know, oh, now I'm gonna suck you F drop for everything you got, and then once it's done, Go ahead
Shit,
and
I'm
have a
working on
nice
my
life.
5 businesses right now.
You got to put the weed in the bag first, though. You got to get a hit single first. It got to happen. Like, got to be a process.
You gotta be
Unless you got the capital already.
Nah, I'm just working this.
Oh.
One step at a time. One step at a time. Even if it's a car wash or something, one step at a time.
Absolutely. Now, like that's interesting what Sneak said, though, Ross. Is that because they represent you? So you can't have them out here looking bad?
Nah, I'm gonna tell you.
It- nah, it's bigger than that.
Wait. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna give you a specific story.
Okay.
This Rose, we about to go overseas. This is our first time in Dubai. This gonna be our first time in Dubai. We in the airport and customs waiting on me. They take me. I'm gone for 33 days.
What they took you for?
I had a warrant for like a gun charge, some old
Gotcha.
stuff. Took me for 33 days. I'm his only DJ. I came home, hit 20K. Damn, what they got you for? All right, let's go get this money. It's always business. Don't never get it. But that's I ain't gonna let you. Nah, that ain't how it go. Come on, my nigga. We gonna figure something out for these 33 days. But when you come home, hit 20K, and then let's turn back up.
Wow. So he gave you the bread you were supposed to get anyway.
Yeah, it's like, we went on tour right after. We did rehearsal for tour and went on tour right after that. I got out November 4th.
What's the mindset with that, bro?
You know, take the good with the bad.
Mm-hmm.
You most definitely gonna have that. You know what I mean? You take the good with the bad and you keep moving. That's what it is. Situation, you see, I still got my ankle monitor on. I ain't tripping on, I'm staying positive. You're gonna have those situations, you're gonna have those hurdles. You're gonna have those and you're gonna really have to deal with that.
Now, the interesting story about that ankle monitor was it was going off while you was in the White House with President Barack Obama.
Fact.
They didn't have no crazy clearances for you to get in there? Like, they didn't do no background checks and that?
They did all that, but Barack wanted to see Renzel. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Barack, man.
Has he reached out since then?
I was in I haven't spoke to him since then.
Because I know he had some plans for when he get out. That's kind of why he was rallying the troops, so to speak.
Yeah. He, you know, and what he was talking about, most definitely, it connected with us. And he still got our support, like he's still in the White House right now. You know what I mean?
All right, let's take a break from talking to Rick Ross, man, and talk about another brother who's out here empowering himself. That's my man Tristan Walker and the good folks at Bevel. Salute to Bevel for supporting this week's episode of Brilliant Idiots. Everybody's heard Nas's bars. Nas immortalized Bevel when he said Bevel blade. Oh no, he said signature fade with the Bevel blade. That's a major key, okay? But don't you think you need to see what's up with Bevel for yourself? Forget what you hear on podcast, here on the Brilliant Idiots. Forget what you hear from Nas. You should try it for yourself, man. Bevel is the first and only shaving system designed for coarse, curly hair and sensitive skin. That means when you shave using that glorious single-blade Bevel razor, you're getting an ideal shave for your skin. Bevel is dermatologist approved and proven to prevent and reduce razor bumps. That's right. No more waking up to a face that looks like all my life I had to fight, okay? It's time to start shaving smarter today with Bevel. You can welcome the Bevel shaving system into your life and get the first month for free by going to getbevel.com/idiots. That's GETBEVEL.com/idiots to get the first month of your Bevel subscription for free. Start shaving smarter with Bevel. It's interesting, too, with your brands like Bel Air. Bel Air, it looks fly. Like, if you in the club with a bottle of Bel Air, you good. Ain't nobody going to trip.
It's fly.
But it's only like $20 at the liquor store.
I wish it was. But
Is it like 40?
Yeah, maybe 40,
Yeah.
maybe 40. But see, that was the approach with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was like, let's have something that everybody could rock with.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. You know what I'm saying? My rich homies, and you know, once you go over to France and you go to the chateaus, you understand there's very little difference in those champagnes, those brutes, and you know, you just respect the tradition, the wealth, the lineage, the history that they made. But as far as the grapes all the same, y'all. You know what I mean? Just on some G. And so I would rather, you know, my homie Big Hove had Ace, and that was a pricey, beautiful champagne. Let me come on this side. So when you come in the club, you make your decision. You can have Ace or you can have Bel Air Rose. It's your decision. You know what I'm saying? And Jay, that's my big homie. You know, he give me game. You know what I'm saying? We still chop it up all the time. And that was really the approach. I just took the Bill Walton approach with it. I just wanted something everybody could rep. But not only when you hold it up. You know, rich dudes hold it up. Real niggas hold that up. I'm talking about niggas with damn near $1 billion hold these up. You know what I'm saying? That's you see last night, Gronkowski, Robert Kraft, you know, the Super Bowl champions party with Luke Belaire. You know, all my big homies drink Luke Belaire. So that's what the approach was. But not only that, everybody, everywhere, if you're a younger person and you in a club, you could get you a bottle, homie.
Now, you a cool-ass nigga, Rose. Where did you throw up at last night? Like, did you sneak off? I know you ain't did it in front of nobody.
Oh, that's out?
You told us as soon as you sat down.
I was tired. You see, I'm almost...
No, ain't no video. I ain't seen no video.
All I'm going to say is I was going to say, man, like, damn, they went it out.
Like, did you sneak off somewhere?
Nah. So what it was I walked up, you know, I was finna perform and do a few records, so I walked up where Sam Sneak was at, and of course, I began drinking again. I've been drinking since, you know, the listening event. Right. And I went from the Bel Air Rose. I had some nice Bel Air Rose, and I had some pineapples and strawberries in it. That was excellent. And then, you know, when I went to the other event, I switched it up and went to the brown. You
Mixing
know what I mean?
liquors.
Right.
Do you dirty every time.
I mix liquors. And so when I went on the stage an hour or two later and started performing, jumping around, drinking, going back to the rose.
Yeah.
I said, whoa. You know what I'm saying? I feel different. And by us spraying champagne everywhere, he got a towel over his laptop. And I was like, yo, let me hold that towel. He's like, yo, I got to keep my laptop. Y'all spraying champagne. I'm like, yo, fuck that.
I'll buy you another laptop.
Give me a And so, by we sitting up to the DJ booth, every time I started to throw up, I squatted. Come back up. And the towel makes it wasn't nothing in my bed. And maybe about the fourth trip down, that's when Gronkowski, you need me to do something for you? Yeah. I say, no, I'm good. Why you geeked out? You know, so I threw up a couple more times, and I was like, then when I stood back up, I felt good as fuck. I was like,
let's go, keep the party going.
Yeah, let's go.
Now, Sneak, you don't just DJ. You like an A&R of sorts, right?
Yeah. You know, I've been with the homie for so long. I know what he like, what he don't like, what the temperature is for what we doing, how we moving forward, and you know, and plus for the culture. And he respect my music acronym and like how I really be into the music and how I like study this shit, not just be around like, oh yeah, this is cool. No, I really.
No, Sam Sneak, he you know, like I told you, you know how I met him. He was 14. He snuck in a local club. It was called MVP.
Yeah, MVP.
He walked up on me. Ross, man, I love you. Woo. I said, God damn, boy, how you is? You know how short he was then and how skinny. I'm like, man, I'm 14. I just snuck in here just to tell you that. I said, all right, you my DJ now if you're a DJ. I ain't got a DJ. I ain't doing no damn shows. He just did that off my local mixtapes. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And so we exchanged numbers. And I pulled up on him the very next day. Where you stay, little homie? I'm right here off in North Miami. I pulled up on him. He was staying with his mom. I said, what you do all day? He said, I only love two things, music and sneakers. That's why I'm Sam Sneaker. He said, look in my room. I went in his room. All he had was mixer, CDs, and his wall Jordans. Everyone, I'm like, okay, your mind right as a youngster. I say, your mind right. I see your vision. And so Sam Sneak don't just listen to my music. He know everybody's music. If it's a young dude that's popping, all I got to do is say, yo, hey, I saw that this dude came up on, I saw a dude face pop up. His name, Pee Wee Longway. Oh, yeah, I like the song. And he'll give me a whole little vibe like he just did on Pee Wee Longway 2 or 3 days ago. I was like, yo, I seen something on him. And he give me the whole breakdown. Whatever it is, whoever it is, whatever genre of music it is. And you know, that's what make him who he is and why he, you know, in the position he in with me.
Crazy. When Hustling first came out, he was doing the whole run. I haven't talked to him about a few months. So Hustling dropped. I'm at the club. I'm at the strip club, and I'm burning the record. I'm like, boy, this Ross. Boy, y'all don't know. And at the time, Diamonds was the club where it was prestigious. It was like the club where they'd be tripping about you couldn't play the same song.
You couldn't smoke.
Twice.
You couldn't
smoke.
I ain't
in
even
there.
going
That don't
down
sound like
the
no
street.
Miami club.
You know what I'm saying? You couldn't wear shorts. It was really like, but it was popping though, because it had all the baddest strippers.
Right.
Baddest
In my-
bitches.
Like baddest bitches.
Yeah, this Charlamagne, the baddest bitches.
So, but when Ross record dropped, I played that bitch by 8 to 20 times back to back, to where the owner would be like, yo, you gotta fuck that, boy, this Raw, this Miami, boy, we lit. To the point I ended up getting fired eventually because I just, I play Ross. If it's a section going on and it's Ross all day. Hey Ross, you need to do a freestyle for me on this record because it's hot and I need to make sure your voice is in. Yeah, go ahead. And he'd do the freestyle for me. So I'd always be playing Ross even if I'm not playing Ross.
Right.
Like, and niggas would be like, damn, bro. So fast forward now, niggas be like, nah, I ain't gonna lie. When niggas complain, you stuck them the middle finger and said, I don't care if you don't like it, leave the club. I'm playing Ross. I don't care.
So people probably used to be like, Sam think he Ross official DJ.
And
You are. Yeah.
I call him. I say,
And then the little nigga got hard. You know what I mean? So like, if I'm beefing with you and you come in the club, he gonna drop that shit. Yeah, nigga.
Who you did that to, Sneak?
Oh man, he done did to everybody. He done did that shit to anybody. Hey, if you had a problem with Rose and you walked in the club with that nigga in there,
You hearing Ross
and
music.
listen to me. Every time I get a call or somebody text me, I just smile because I said, "Well, that little nigga so real." God damn.
because the
Yeah, that
first
nigga
time.
say, he say the word brave. He brave. No, that's the word for him. He real. God
when
damn.
I hit him, I'm like, yo, what's up, boy? He like, who this? I'm like, this Sneak. Hey, boy, we got one, boy. Hey, what's your email? I'm gonna send it to you right now. Hey, this shit burning the streets, boy. Hey, we good, boy. I'm like, I'm thinking it's a whole nother record because I done been already burning record 2-3 weeks already.
Yeah.
I'm like, what you talking about? Hustling. I'm like, oh, what nigga Ben got that, boy? I'm in Diamonds. Ripping that bitch.
And guess what
He
I told
paused
you?
for 10, 15 seconds.
This is a true story.
Stop.
Because my homies, I ain't go to Diamonds. That was for prepping. It's kind of like what that Club 11 is now.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Real upscale kind of. It ain't a real nigga strip club. It's upscale. It's cool, but it's 11. I don't go to 11. All my homies who went there was like, boy, it's a nigga in Diamonds. Boy, that nigga be going so hard. And that's all I kept hearing. Never knew who it was. I never been there. So when I finally talked to him, he said, boy, I work in Diamonds. You mean to tell me that's been you, boy? Hey, my nigga, you ain't got to worry about nothing else. See, that's what you call loyalty. That
Word up.
shit, when the motherfucker ain't even looking, it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. Every time you tweet a nigga link, you ain't got to text a nigga. Every time you post a picture, you ain't got to text a
Yeah, I
nigga.
just posted that
I
for
was
you,
just
bro.
Hey boy, you know how,
Yeah.
sometimes
I was
just
just
rap.
excited for the
It's
big
rap.
one because, you
It'll
know,
come back round.
This was the home. I remember it was a time I ain't talked to him in
Yeah.
a few months, and he had went up the road to go do a show. And he on the way back, he got in an accident. I called him. What's up? Hello? Who that? Sneak, you good? I just seen you got, yeah, boy, I'm good, boy. Bet that everything. Yeah, I'm good. I just gotta make sure you straight out here. So when the hustling came, I'm excited. My nigga, what? All
got a
that
record.
shit, all that
Yeah.
shit. Oh, what? Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Hey, I
yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
And I
He one of them
never,
niggas.
and I never called him. I never popped
Yeah, he
up
one
on
of
him
them
for
niggas.
money. I would always
Yeah,
pop
yeah.
up on him for records. Well, let me get that. Never money. Let me get that. Niggas will leave the studio. Take all this shit. Niggas don't need this no way. And I got the music. I always wanted the music.
Right.
Music.
But that's what separated you from other DJs.
Big time.
Yeah, that was better than Currency at the time.
Yeah, what? Because when I'm in the club, I'm burning the shit, and they getting phone calls. Hey, y'all need to put that, boy. Wait, how you heard that? I was in the club and Sneak dropped that shit, boy. That shit.
Ross, you seem like an energy person. Like you got a good judge of character because you knew him when you just saw it at 14 and knew what he could do.
No, it wasn't even that. To me, it's about whoever take initiative. That's what separate to me. To me, the winners and the losers, because it's a lot of great, talented people that's losing.
Absolutely.
Like, you're a loser. Like you're losing
That's what they say, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work.
all the time. All the time. Because if you're not going to take the initiative, that's what separates a winner to me. Because it's the, you know, we could create anything we want to do, we could do it, but are we going to do it?
Word up.
Are you going to get up and drive and sneak in the club and say, yo, let me introduce myself? Like, damn, you went to you know what? You got to respect that. And if you keep that type of energy around you, who going to take the initiative?
Absolutely.
If you building this brand, this Charlemagne brand, every time somebody that's out and about, oh, I seen, did you rep? I need you to rep every day, wherever you at. You got to rep. If you team Charlemagne, you got to rep that shit wherever you at.
Word up.
If you was in a restaurant and you ran across, you supposed to rep.
Word up.
I don't give a fuck if it was Valentine's and you was out on your date. Did you rep? You know what I'm saying?
What about the Muslim brother? I can't remember his first name.
Issa Muhammad.
Issa Muhammad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Issa Muhammad, that was a great situation for me. You know, and, you know, I haven't really been in the studio with him. I haven't been working with him, you know. I don't want to, you know, the relationships, you know, you get in this situation and things around you change so fast. And all I could do is try to give you advice. Stay focused on what you're here for. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even though everybody their own man and got to make their own decisions, but to me, like I told you at the beginning of the show, I only see it one way. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, congratulations on all the other stuff, you know, homie got going on. But to me, you got to focus on your records and your music. That's the reason you here, and then everything else will fall in place.
He was homeless, right?
Right.
And so he walked up on you and started rapping?
Yeah.
And you actually took him serious and like
Yeah.
took him in, like they said he was with you all the time and everything?
Yeah. I took him in, took him with me. He was with me all the time. I took him a lot of places, kicked it with him, showed him a lot of love, just being genuine.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about a return. Because honestly, did I respect a return? Honestly, nah.
So he lost focus along the way?
I believe personally he did, you know what I
Gotcha.
mean? And I don't want to criticize him because, like I say, you're your own man, but to me, your music come before any, you know, that's why we here. You know what I mean? You got to sacrifice a little time and put together something special that you could be proud of, that your family, your loved ones, or family that you creating to be proud of at the same time. Or, you know, you possibly could, you know, end up in in another hole.
I was going to ask you about that, though, because you got, like, such a big heart. You are so inviting. Do people let you down often, or do you get more Sam Sneaks than you do?
You know,
people that let you down?
to me, it's not even about them letting me down. It's really you failing yourself. You feel me? Because I'm in a position where you're not gonna hurt me. You know what I mean? I want to give you some game, and what we could do is you can inspire me. You could be loyal. That's what it inspire me. Your loyalty. That's what I respect with Sam. Of course, as young Skrilla. You know, because I'm not big on opening the door to strangers. Right. We could do business from across the street. You could text me. But when I open the door to you, that's another level of loyalty. And, you know, to me, that's what's important. As long as you remain loyal, that is the payback.
You listening, right, Skrilla? Because smart people learn from their own mistakes. Wise people learn from the mistakes of others.
Definitely, man. He tell me all the time. He told me one day, he was like, I don't give a shit what you do. It's on you, but I'm going to tell you something that's going to help you. And, you know, I just sit down and listen. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I've been through so much. You know what I'm saying? So in my position, I just got to have a silent tongue and a tentative ear just to sit there and learn, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the big homie. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed to even much be in this position that I'm in.
Yeah, it trips me out how y'all brothers can be so, like, at peace, being that y'all got shot at. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how can y'all just...
I mean, I get paranoid. The other night in the club, they popped the shit with the
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
That shit fucked me up.
Stuff
man.
like that get me paranoid at times. But see, like, for me, at a young age and coming from Miami, and it's kind of like when you kind of just go through and you're like, well, I'm still here. You know what? God got something for me.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing finna happen.
Word up.
That's what untouchable mean when he say untouchable. I mean,
God
it ain't
great.
being that, because anybody could be touched, but that ain't what it's about. It's being untouchable because God got it.
Word up. Absolutely.
And that's untouchable. Right there, untouchable.
Absolutely.
And something that I want you to remember, and this go for all you soldiers, wannabe soldiers, anybody out here. don't become, don't live a certain life and then become a slave to the fear of death. That'll be held over your head to the day you die, homie. You know what I mean? So, like he said, when I hear them sounds and all that shit, if you ain't never had the car open up like a goddamn soda can before, when I hear certain things, but at the same time, I'm relaxed because, if it's the Lord's will, so be it.
That shit ain't supposed to be normal, though. Like, for a lot of people in the hood, it's just normal. Like, they talk about soldiers having, PTSD or whatever, man. It's, how many people in the hood probably suffer from that?
That's why they should have been shipping them pounds of weed over there. Let them smoke a little weed, man. Get some of that shit up off them. Y'all want to know why you got to smoke a little bit to get it up off you because, I could just imagine if every day your job is killing and not being killed. That's your job, killing and not being. So I could imagine what that's like. But when you signed up for that shit for 4 years, you knew I'm going to be killing and not being killed. Yeah. And that's my job. But they most definitely, once you get in them trenches, it's different sometimes. You know what I mean? And, just tweet through it. You know what I'm saying?
Back the Block video shoot, when they shot, it was just a 3-second delay because I was like, well, where's it coming from first? Because where we from, we just can't just go. We just like, go.
They actually opened fire. It was actually shots fired on 3 different occasions.
On the Back the Block video?
At the building they were standing on.
Right, and it wasn't about, nobody was, shooting at us. It was just the projects behind us. Mm-hmm. It was so much going on the block, because we got blessings from the biggest homies in the neighborhood, and all the youngsters came through. Rollo, the homie came through, and, everybody else, came through and showed love. But, just what was going on in the vicinity. And, the director, Ryan Snyder, let's keep shooting.
That's why it's so important what you're doing when it comes to buying those franchises, because I feel like the only thing that can stop that mindset is opportunity. So you provide an opportunity for the hood. Like when you put those franchises in the hood and you hire people from the hood, not saying everybody want to work fast food, but still, you know what I mean? You provide an opportunity that could possibly calm that mentality down a little bit.
And not only that, inspire the youngsters and let them know that you could do this too.
Word up.
Because if you know it, if you see it, just like every day in Carol City, I remember Richmond Webb, left tackle for the Miami Dolphins. We'll be playing football in the streets. And around the same time every day, he came down in his 600 SEL Mercedes, two-door, white on white. That's why my first whip that was foreign, I got the white on white. He ain't wave at us, he ain't speak to us, he ain't even look at us, but he ain't need to. There that motherfucker go, you see it? You see it? And all it took was for me to see it and know, damn, you could live like that, boy. I'm going to ride like that, boy. And then as you grow older, if that's really in your heart, you going to start, focusing in on the things that'll put you in position to live how you want to live. If that's really what you, it's a lot of niggas that just kept playing football. But me, fuck, start the game. See that motherfucker? God. You know what I'm saying? And I did it every day. I wanted to see him ride by every day. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Richmond Webb.
Definitely got to be out here, stay woke. For when you see figures like that doing things for the culture and advancing, don't fall for the okie doke, because it's a lot of okie doke that's put out there. It's been being done since 1918.
Absolutely.
Back when they was sending niggas to Haiti and shit to break that up. And you got to know, whenever somebody out there doing something for the culture, don't be quick to fall for the news break, this and that, and then you go for it and crack jokes. And because all they do, and they look at it like, see, people don't fuck with them. And that's the okie doke. That's the okie doke. Never fall for the okie doke.
Yeah, they did that with, I felt like they did that with Nate Parker, because I felt like with that Birth of a Nation movie, that was such a liberation movie. Not just because of the story of Nat Turner, but the way he raised the money, $7 million of his own money.
They'll stop syndicating certain shows, but syndicate other shows where someone is just telling you, yeah, I got this, but I ain't tell who I'm smashing. I got it. That's what they do. It don't matter. You just got to stay woke and know, hey, we got to still support this, because this ain't.
Absolutely.
Homie came up with them $7 million itself.
He had a couple investors, like a couple ball players, like Grant Hill helped him out.
He came up with 250 or 150 himself. And
took him 7 years. And you got to think that Nat Turner story is a black liberation story, right? But then just the fact that that brother raised $7 million of his own money, then ended up getting 17 from Fox, that's liberation all the way around. They can't have that happen. You know what I'm saying? They can't have that happen. Next thing you know, all these stories come out. Oh, he married to a white woman. All right, okay. He homophobic. Okay, he said some things when he was younger. He got a charge that he beat, a rape charge 17
And that's the
years
thing.
ago
And
that
that's
he
the-
beat.
That's why I always was careful about that. Because somebody could just say,
Yes.
hey, man, and that's it. And that's on you.
And that court of public opinion so vicious
That's on
now.
you. And what about, you see the football player?
You can't
that got-
live by that.
Yeah, that's
Nah,
what I'm
you
saying.
can't.
Don't live by
You see
that.
the
Don't let
football
your
player?
life standards become another motherfucker's opinion, whoa. That's period. And don't give a fuck who said, man, shut the fuck up. Shut up, nigga.
5 years, the football player did 5 years, and he finally convinced the girl who accused him of rape to confess that it was all a lie. And she won $2 million from the
Lawsuit.
We all know,
Lawsuit.
you know, it's a bunch of that type of shit going on, but just as a whole,
The time that I did, I seen so many.
you know what I'm saying? Just as a whole,
3 years.
live your life.
All right up.
Live the life you was put here to live. You know, fulfill yourself. You dig? And do right. Move right, my nigga. That's it.
I heard a record you did with Minister Farrakhan for his album.
You did?
I was at the minister's ranch.
Oh, that's dope.
And he let me hear this. You in Common.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Shout out to the minister, man. We did that a little, maybe, I just listened to it again, maybe 6 months ago, but maybe a year and a half ago. We actually did. I went out to his ranch too.
What you learned from the minister?
Man, you know, he gave me a lot of game as far as real estate. Real estate. That's what we really talked about. Our conversation really was on real estate. And that's what he was just, Rose, stay on top of that real estate. Buy some land. Buy some property. And that's, you know, as a whole, that's really what it was. You know, a lot of people, you know, may look at the, you know, minister and, you know, he keep it real clean, real simple.
Absolutely.
What's happening, brother? Woo, 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 woo. You know, we had me some, you know, some bean pies and some of that Muslim chicken. I know you love chicken.
It's organic. It's grown right there.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
You know, so we had that. You know what I'm saying? And basically, we just was talking about. You know, I was just talking about me being a businessman and you know just what was on my mind. And he was just like, most definitely, spend your money on land. You won't lose.
Like the most valuable thing a black man can own in America is land. That's what I'm telling you. That's why it's important what you're doing. Like I got that mindset in my head, buy back the block. So that's what I've been doing in South Carolina, like buying strip malls and
all that shit,
things like that.
All that little shit that you could pick up. It's so much shit for the low that's around us that you won't even believe.
Yeah.
It's shit you ride by. I'm talking about you wouldn't even believe it if you Google some of these links and you saw what this shit. That's a real number, homie. Now go get it.
Yep, and I mean it's like you, like Jadakiss them doing it, Styles with the juice bars.
Right. Shout out to Styles and what time that closed? I want to go by there today.
You know, Envy and Angela got one. They invested with Styles. They got one in Brooklyn. That's close. That's the closest one.
Is it?
Yeah.
I go by there.
Yeah.
Give us the address. We'll go by there.
I get the address for y'all. Look, Rose, I want to thank you for coming, man.
Every time, big homie.
Young Skrilla, we looking forward to seeing what you do next.
Definitely.
And Sam Sneak, of course.
Yeah, I love it.
What you got coming, Sneak? You always got something cooking.
Yeah, just dropping projects. Skrilla on the way. Meek Mill project coming. Wale coming. It's Omarion. And more importantly, Rather You Than Me on the way.
Are we gonna get another Gunplay album? You know I love Gunplay.
Gunplay cooking.
Yeah,
he cooking. He was in the studio with me not even a week ago. You know, Gunplay, you I just want everybody to know to love Gunplay. You loving a real crazy nigga. You dig? So let's bear with him. Y'all saw him beat the fucking life sentence charge.
Yes, he did.
Y'all know the nigga that he is. And, you know, he'll zone out because he a hustler. Gunplay go turn up. You see, you know, he get money. He always gonna be getting money, so he always doing different things, you know what I'm saying? His homie Perrion finna come out, you know, that's his artist, you know what I'm saying? You know, little homie, a gangster. And you know, so he excited, he on his music, and he gonna get the street something.
Gunplay is a good fucked up nigga, man.
He's a great.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
When you
We
talk
all know
about
them
when
type
you
of
talk about now, when you talk about loyalty, you can't buy that. That's why he called me for anything, nigga, to the day I'm in the casket, nigga. Rose there.
He got a nice body of work right now, though.
Hell yeah.
Nice body. Like,
Because the nigga dope ass MC.
He can rap. That's what it is.
Bash too.
Yeah, he cooking right now.
Is he gonna be over on Epic or he's still over on Def Jam?
You know, we most definitely just restructuring everything. We restructuring the whole Double MG platform. You know, so at the end of this year, get ready. We gonna make a big move at the end of this year. I'm talking about the entire Double MG.
How are you repositioning the roster since you meant like Meek? What's Meek's next moves?
You know, as far as Meek, you know, just really supporting him boss up, supporting Dream Chasers, supporting his vision for his new album that'll be dropping later this year. You know, that's what it was all about. Me and him basically was in the same legal situations, and, you know, we just was talking about certain things, and, you know, it trip you up, but let's capitalize on it. You know, that same time we spent, let's give him some amazing music.
Do you have big brother conversations with him since the breakup?
Nah, not really about a breakup or no shit like that, because I don't feel that's necessary. You know what I'm saying? I feel whatever transpired is something that he most definitely, you know, seen coming or wanted to happen, either one.
I started to text you, Sneak, when I saw the pictures with Nicki and Drake and them. I'm like, God damn, look at these these women, boy.
To me, it ain't even nothing that's surprising.
Yeah.
You know, the history she made with, you know, with Drake and Weezy, you know, she'll never turn her back on that history.
Yeah.
You know,
shit, that's couples. That's what they go through, man. They human just like everybody else.
It ain't even nothing that was really surprising. You know, they really made history. That was her foundation. So that's always gonna be a part of Nicki Minaj, and always, you know, and Meek knew that.
What about Wale?
You already know Wale still cooking up, doing this thing.
MMG, man. I appreciate you, Ross, man. Like I said, man, I'm really, 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 really impressed by all the franchising you doing, man. That shit is dope to me. Because I feel like I watch what you and Slim Thug doing, Slim Thug buying the houses and remodel them and all that shit. Yeah. That's what we need to be doing as black people in motherfucking America.
Man, you know what? I'm glad you peeped that, but it's only right. You know, we got the Buy Back the Block remix. I want to get at the Charlemagne. Trick Daddy, did he send his? I know Trick tomorrow night.
Who on that?
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you the record. I'm gonna give you just because you so in touch with that, and you just called Slim Thug out, and you know when I saw what he was doing, most definitely I said, big homie, you know, I honor that, you know, and you know we had a conversation, we discussed different things. We'll support each other doing it. We knocked the remix out. He on it, and you know, I got some NYC Finest on the remix, and you know everywhere else. So it's. You know, LA, shout out to Nipsey. I just let y'all know, you know, everybody who on their entrepreneur vibe,
got you.
That's who we most definitely wanted to be on this record, on the remix for Buy Back the Block.
Because like you said, we are visual people, so we see things, you know what I'm saying? We learn from what we see.
We learn 20 times, 20 to 1 visual over reading and some shit like that. You show it to me, I got it. I'm one of them dudes. I think I would have been an honor student if the school was based on film. Like if they set them reels up every day and I sat back there for an hour and then you gave me a test, I was gonna win.
When you gonna do that? When you gonna get into the film work?
But that shit, you know, shout out to Will Packer, shout out to Ryan Glover, shout out to Tony Draper. Man, we got some cool shit we finna get ready to do on the film side as well. We just, you know, everything falling in place. It just take a little time the way I want to do it, because I really want to own whatever I'm doing and really have my hands on it. So versus me just going and signing up, letting somebody do everything for me, I like to have my hands on it, so it take me a little longer.
I want to know what's in that room. That shit tastes like Werther's Originals. Remember them fucking butterscotch your grandma used to have?
You see how you gonna drink that shit?
Hell yes.
Go slow though, it creep up on you.
I feel it now. I'm warm as a motherfucker.
That's what I'm trying to take.
Shit. Rather you than me when it's out?
Rather you than me. We gonna get y'all the release date real soon.
Okay.
Hopefully over the next 2 weeks we'll get y'all the release date, but it's not far away. It's real close, and this album it's big boy shit.
Absolutely.
Me and Big Boy's going.
You definitely gonna love it.
Well, Sneak, Skrilla, Rose, thank you for everything you're doing for the culture, my brother. Thank you for coming, man.
Bless.
Thank you what you doing for the culture, homie.
Of course, man. The single is I forgot the name.
I think she liked me. Yeah,
there
featuring Ty Dolla. Shout out to the homie Ty Dolla. You could go on iTunes. You could purchase that right now. Go everywhere. Shout out the title. Go everywhere and, pick the record up.
Word.
Shazam it.
My man Rose, he got so much shit to plug, so much products and shit, but this rum is something else. This rum is something serious.
And
man.
guess what?
Try to tell
Shout
you.
out to Rich Hair Care.
Rich hair care.
Yeah, we got the luxurious hair care line.
See, I like to hear that kind of shit. Because the Chinese people have been making so much money off black women's hair for so long. Now that's what you doing?
That's what we doing. We just launched it. You know what I mean? And that's gonna be real cool too.
You can't keep these secrets, Rose. You gotta talk about these the way you talk about the Maybachs and everything else.
Everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just made this official, maybe a little less than a month ago.
You want to tell you something real
but
quick?
it's real cool.
It just sounds like how it's just structured now mentally. It just sounds a lot better when you fucking up money rather than investing money. For some odd reason, when you just listen in the music, it just sound better when you fucking up money rather than.
I kind of disagree. I'm gonna tell you why. Because of his verse on Buy Back the Block.
No, I'm not talking about because I only said that because when you first said people sleeping on a record.
Got you.
That's why I said that.
Oh
because,
got you.
Rather, if a nigga was saying you know what I'm saying, I think I'm Big Meech Larry, who I'm blowing it.
Fucking up a check. Like blowing it.
Boy, I'm gonna fuck that shit up.
And because that's the platform we on. People love to celebrate. We need each other for that energy to celebrate, most definitely. But when you give them a little knowledge, because we most definitely gave them the medicine in a candy jar. You know what I'm saying? That's most definitely was the game. And
I guess it's about where your mindset at. Because when I'm listening to, like I said, Buy Back the Block, and you talking about might buy me a Wendy's,
Nah, the game is coming though. That's all it is. What I'm saying is niggas is just really sitting down and saying, "Oh shit,
yeah,
dog really giving this game." Hey, let me go listen to Black Dollar real quick. Because if you listen to Black Dollar mixtape, it's game from number one
absolutely
to the fucking end of it, like all the way through his
about
game.
Keeping the money in the hood,
straight game. Mm-hmm. Black Dollar is straight game. And if you even Google Black Dollar, or even what it means, you'll even understand that the Black Dollar is spent $1.3 trillion annually.
That's how much spending power we got, yeah?
Trillion, not billion. 1.3 annually. So that lets you know, if you say, yeah, we ain't doing that,
shit,
you crippling a lot.
Nobody got more spending power than us. We just don't spend it with each other.
Shit. Or spend it the right way.
Right there.
That's true, but that's why, like I said, once again, that's why it's good what you doing. If I know Ross got a store, I'm gonna go to Ross store before I go to the next store.
And the cool thing to me, it's not about me being the biggest, because I don't even want that or having the most. Or I ain't even tripping on that. Just seeing the team win is good enough for me. But just knowing the next generation of entrepreneurs and hustlers could do it bigger than we did.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because Jay and Puff, the ones who gave me, you know what I'm saying, even the confidence to step out here and really do business with these brands. Of course, Master P show you how to, we could do films. Mm-hmm. We could, you dig? But, we all need to inspire each other, and the next wave of homies going to do it. As far as the streaming, everybody's going to come a time when everything will be completely owned by the artist. You want anything from the artist, you go to that artist's website. If it's .com, anything you want, it'll be no middleman right there.
I feel like you at that point now, you could do that now, right?
We most definitely could do that. That's why I'm telling you that. It's just because I know, what the future will hold.
All right.
But at the same time, I it's fun. The challenges are fun in me of trying all the different things. So I always, I don't mind partners, sometimes,
Well, listen, today's podcast has been more brilliant than idiot, man. So if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. If you think that I'm just an idiot that don't know shit, but Ross know everything, hey, you're right too. It's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Keep it locked in, even for all you donkeys. Keep it locked in.